Product research isn't just about looking at numbers and following a strict guideline or rule book. In this video, I'll show you 5 instances that you need to be aware of when you're analyzing data where the data can be wrong or inaccurate, which if you don't take into consideration will lead to a bad product and ultimately failure. But first, my name is Crescent, and if this is our first time meeting, welcome to my channel. My passion is sharing tips and strategies on how you can create a successful Amazon FBA private label business. So if you enjoy videos like this, or especially if you've been around my channel, consider subscribing. All right, let's get started. I understand that most beginners are looking for a step-by-step playbook to follow, especially when it comes down to how to do proper product research, what criteria to meet, and specific numbers to look for. Criteria such as the minimum price point and avoiding brand domination are pretty straightforward. However, when it comes to analyzing sales velocity and competition, you need to interpret the data and understand the context in which the data was collected. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about for meeting specific product research criteria, I'll leave a link to a video on this topic here. Not understanding how the data is derived or the climate in which the data was collected can lead to failure. There are 5 key instances where the data can be inaccurate or invalid, starting with the sales volume you see in the Chrome extension tools. And it doesn't matter what tool you're using, this applies to all of them. Let's take a look at an example. As you can see here, the Chrome extension has pulled up the monthly sales data for all the listings on the first page. One of the criteria a niche has to meet is that the average monthly sales velocity across the entire niche needs to hit your target monthly sales velocity based on your profit margin and profit goals. For example, if your goal is to make $3,000 profit per month and the profit margin per unit is $10, then you know that in order to hit your target of $3,000 profit per month, the majority of the listings need to sell at least 300 units per month. 300 units times $10 profit per unit equals $3,000. And as you can see here in this example, the majority of the listings indeed are selling at least 300 units per month. The problem arises when you don't follow up and product track the top listings for a couple of weeks to verify the numbers that you see in the Chrome extension. The problem is due to how the algorithms these tools use to calculate the monthly sales volume. Because Amazon doesn't make this data available, the tools use algorithms to estimate the monthly sales volume. Although all of these algorithms are proprietary to each company, so we don't know exactly how they're coming up with these figures, what we do know is that they can show you false values. For example, as you can see here, it shows you that this listing is selling 480 units per month. You might assume that they are indeed selling 17 units a day, where in fact they may not. You don't actually know if they're selling an average of 17 units per day, or as an extreme example, if on the first day they sold 480 units and then didn't sell any for the next 29 days. When you're analyzing sales volume for a niche, you're looking for solid and consistent sales day after day. And the only way to verify this is by product tracking after a niche has passed the preliminary research criteria. This is where your diligence will pay off in spades. I've been saved from getting into a bad product when after product tracking for a couple of weeks, the sales volume wasn't what I originally expected. Had I have gone off the numbers in the Chrome extension alone, I would have gotten into a bad product. If you'd like to learn more about product tracking, I have a video on this here. The next instance where you can encounter bad data has to do with competition. Making sure that you enter niches that have low competition is extremely important, especially with your first product. What I teach is to make sure that at least 7 of the top 10 listings have less than 75 reviews. Now, if we go back to the fidget spinner example, you can see that the level of competition is extremely high, with most of the listings with way over 100 reviews. Now take a look at this data of the same niche. These are still fidget spinners, but suddenly the competition is far less and in fact passes the 7 out of 10 criteria. So why is that? What's different? The problem is using the wrong keyword when you analyze a niche. In the first instance, I was using the correct keyword phrase, fidget spinner. You need to make sure you're using the shortest, broadest, and most relevant keyword phrase that describes the niche and that the majority of the products that are pulled up in the search results are the product you're interested in selling. In the second instance, I used the keyword phrase stainless steel fidget spinner, and this pulled up the same products in the search results. However, The keyword phrase is too long tail and therefore showed a smaller subset of the larger set of listings that you'll be competing with, and thus the data you see in this window is incorrect. If you move forward with this product thinking the competition was low, you would be in for a huge surprise when your product launched and you can't gain any traction. What compounds this problem of using the wrong keyword is that often it's difficult for experienced sellers or coaches like myself to point out these errors ahead of time. When beginners ask for a second opinion on their product research ideas, the product or keyword phrase they used is often redacted, so we can't tell if you've used the correct keyword phrase or not. So unless you're comfortable revealing your product ideas, this is a product research criteria that you must be aware that you're doing correctly on your own. Alright, so another instance of where the data can be inaccurate is in new niches or niches where it's filled with new sellers. The problem is that when a new product launches, the sales data can be artificially inflated due to the seller's product launch strategy. Just like when you're launching a new product, you're going to do PPC and giveaways to generate sales velocity in order to get your listing ranked onto the first page. And for the same reasons, if a niche has a lot of new listings, then you need to be cognizant of the fact that the sales numbers you see may not be real organic sales, but sales from their product launch. So how can you tell if a niche has new listings? You can use a Chrome extension tool called Keepa, which is free, and pull up each listing one at a time, and Keepa will show you the age of the listing here. This can be time consuming, pulling every top listing one at a time to check their age. So an easier and faster way is to use the Chrome extension tool from AMZ Scout. It pulls the data for all the listings in the main window here. Now, if you're not familiar with what these tools are that I've been using, this one is a product tool from AMZ Scout, and the other one is from Jungle Scout. They both pull all of the data such as the price, sales velocity, and reviews, and display them in an easy to analyze window. And you can't do product research quickly and efficiently without a tool like this. I actually use both of these tools for product research, as they each have their own set of unique features that I prefer to use. If you're interested in trying them out, I have links in the video description with a coupon for you as well, so you can save some money should you decide to purchase them. The last two instances where the data you're seeing can be inaccurate has to do with the climate in which you're doing the product research. They both involve the time of year in which you're doing product research. If you're doing product research during Q4, which is the last 3 months of the year, October, November, and December, then you need to be aware that the sales during this time of the year is highly inflated due to the holiday season. That's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas, especially with products that are considered easily giftable. So you may find niches that appear to be selling well, but may not sell well for the rest of the year. You can find the data to confirm this on Google Trends. For example, if we take a look at coffee mugs, you can see that the search volume spikes during the last few months of the year every year. So you can expect sales on Amazon to also spike during this time of year and fall for the rest of the year. So if you're doing product research and find that the sales velocity for a niche is at the cusp of your target during Q4, then sales may fall well below what you need to hit for your profit goals for the remainder of the year. On the same note, products can also be seasonal and exhibit the same behavior. For example, if we take a look at pool floats, you'll notice that they sell best during the summer months, and interest falls drastically for the rest of the year. This is why it's extremely important that you verify that the products you're researching are not seasonal. Google Trends is an easy way to check, and if you're using AMZ Scout, you can click the Trends button, which will pull up the Google Trends data for you in one click, making the product research workflow just a bit faster and more convenient. Jungle Scout does the same thing, but it requires 2 clicks as it defaults to 12 months, and you need to make sure you're looking at the 5-year graph. All right, I hope you found this helpful and realized that product research is more involved than just looking at the numbers. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I answer them all. All right, thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And to make sure you never miss a video, click that bell icon to turn on notifications. There's also a link in the description to our community forums, which you should totally join. And if you're looking for more tips and strategy videos, click or tap over here. And as always, thanks for watching.